Hello and welcome to Media Lit, where we treat each piece of media like great literature. I'm your host, Randy Elaine, and joining me as always on this festive holiday evening, it's Kris Kringle himself. Kris Ingersoll, how are you doing tonight, man? You got a jaunty hat, a jolly hat, all of the above. How you doing?
Ho, 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 baby. Yeah, this is my snoozy cap. I've lost a little pom-pom, but this is my Ebenezer Scroogey snoozy cap. And it is a festive night, so I'm thrilled. So good. Happy to be here with you. And we have like two of our favorite podcasters, but two folks who have never podded together until this very night. We've brought them together for something fun. So I'm thrilled, man. How are you?
Oh, yeah, so good. I'm with you. Media Lit is at its best when we are bringing people together through stories, through music, whatever it may be. Tonight, it is the holiday season and holiday specials. So, Kris, can you tell the people who we are here to, get holly and jolly with?
Yeah, tonight we have returning to the Media Lit classroom, friend of the pod, longtime podling, bringer of great takes and anime love, Amanda Rivas of thepopbreak.com. Welcome back to Media Lit.
Thank you guys. It's always a blast being here. We love you guys, and this is just anytime. Oh, like you want to come on? Yeah, instantly, because this is the place to be and so much fun. There's so much love here and it's so welcoming. So thank you for having me.
Always great to have you.
Thank you. You were here a year ago for the Muppet Christmas Carol, and we had to have you back. So thank you.
And joining us also tonight, one of our favorite holiday drafters. I think this is now going to be the third holiday draft we've participated in with the fantastic, the unimitatable host of the Should I Go See It podcast, AJ Rebecchi. Welcome into the Media Lit classroom.
Hello, co-host, asterisk co-host. I'm so glad to be here. I could not. I'm so happy that you invite Bill on this to discuss like the cultural significance of Christopher Nolan and his impact on, Western and Eastern media. And then it's like, hey, can we bring this man-child on to talk about his favorite Muppets? And it brings me joy. And I'm so happy to be here because the Muppets are one of my favorite things of all time.
Well, yeah. Glad you're that guy for us, bud.
Thank you.
It's perhaps the first thing I learned about you that I loved the most, AJ.
Oh.
We like to say that we're dadcore over here, but maybe man-child would be more accurate. I mean, am I a man or am I a Muppet? I don't know sometimes.
I don't know.
Yeah, so on that note, we're going to frame our holiday celebration this year largely around a very special draft. But we are going to introduce that draft by getting into what I believe is the best holiday television special of all time, which is Muppet Family Christmas from 1987. If you've missed this gem, it is easy to find on YouTube in its entirety. If you want to catch all the deleted scenes, be on the lookout for the 47-minute version as opposed to the slightly truncated 42-minute version. But yeah, this is one of my weird little obsessions. The second article I ever wrote for thepopbreak.com was an article about this television special and what I thought the 10 greatest moments are. So tonight I've got a really easy synopsis because I am just going to quote Pop Break writer Randy Elaine and see what he had to say about this description.
Meta.
So, here is Muppet Family Christmas. Let's set the stage. Fozzie's independent, thrill-seeking mother, Emily Bear, is about to embark on a frolicking tropical getaway when her dopey son shows up unannounced with dozens upon dozens of friends. This development, alongside a surprise blizzard, forces our heroes to coexist under one farmhouse roof. Essentially, the farmhouse gets more and more crowded, much to the dismay of Doc and Sprocket of Fraggle Rock fame, who rented the farmhouse to spend a quiet Christmas in solitude. In the end, everyone becomes a big, loving hodgepodge of a family, and the Christmas cheer warms even the coldest hearts in the room. And if that weren't enough, Jim Henson himself makes a humble appearance in the closing moments to clean the dishes while his creations enjoy the spirit of the season. That's Muppet Family Christmas. Guys, what would you like to add to that synopsis?
Just beautiful, my friend. Absolutely lovely. I'm not going to add anything to the synopsis. Glad you shouted out Jim Henson. What a special part of the special. But just to add on to your guidance for folks who are looking to view this again or for the first time, they're heading to YouTube. Keep an eye out for the even chunkier 55-minute version, which will give you the original broadcast commercials, baby.
Yes.
Osh, kosh, bagosh, indeed. Please watch.
I didn't know that.
That's the one we watched.
Oh, now I have to watch it again.
It was so much fun going down nostalgia lane on this. So Brandon enjoyed it too.
A milk commercial, for the growing boys at home.
Yeah.
Really good stuff.
The Oshkosh is a classic, although I actually associate that with like the 80s live action stage performance of Peter Pan that aired on television, which was a VHS staple of my home. So those commercials are maybe the most locked in. I want to say there's a My Buddy in there as well, / Kid Sister. My Buddy and Me. Yeah.
Was there a Teddy Ruxpin? I feel like there was
I think you're right. Yeah.
There was a Teddy Ruxpin I feel like we saw.
Classic.
Well, I guess we no longer need to confirm that we're all millennials. And on that nostalgic note, Amanda Rivas, I'm going to go to you first. You were kind enough to come on the show and revisit this special for me. And I'm just curious, what role, if any, does Muppet Family Christmas play in your holiday history or holiday traditions? And how did it feel to go back to it this year?
I really enjoyed the trip for Nostalgia Lane because I hadn't seen this. I remember seeing it on TV with my sister, and I think we rented it. So we watched it a few times when we were little. So I don't remember it when it originally aired because I was 3 at that point. But we got the VHS for it, and we enjoyed it. So it's not really a big part of my holiday tradition. We're more Muppet Christmas Carol people here. We've watched it 3 times already, as y'all well know. But I enjoyed it. I was surprised at how much I remembered watching this, and it was so much fun. And Fozzie's mom is the real MVP because as a parent, I was dying watching everybody come into the house. I was like, where is everyone going to sleep? What? Food. Oh, yeah. But I very much enjoyed it. And I'm thankful that you guys selected this one to rewatch because it was fun with the commercials and all.
Naturally suspended from coat hangers in the brim closet, Amanda. Yeah. AJ Rebecchi, what is your history with this special? And or how did it feel to visit it this year?
Yeah. So I'm going to be honest. I probably haven't seen this in close to probably 30 years, to be completely honest. Like Amanda, we are a Muppet Christmas Carol family through and through. I grew up with my mother absolutely loves and adored the Muppets, so it was part of our home as long as I can remember. This special came out when I was 1, so I never caught it on air, but I remember the VHS that we got in 94, 95, and then back in our day, in the 90s, folks, every Sunday night during the holidays between Thanksgiving and Christmas, ABC would have basically the primetime bucket to be playing Christmas movies. You get the Santa Claus, you get stuff. So I remember watching it vaguely on that. We got the VHS, and then the first movie that I saw in theaters was actually A Muppet Christmas Carol. Was the first movie as a child I saw in the movie theaters. So that's a core, that's part of my childhood. But to Amanda's point too, there are aspects of this that are still ingrained in my, the icy patch, the intro of them driving in the truck and everyone's singing. It feels like a core memories are being unlocked as I rewatch this. It was truly a pleasure. And I think the only one thing that I want to add, which is different from a lot of Muppet specials and a lot of movies and a lot of Muppet variety shows, is there's usually that one host that's a core that carries the narrative through. While Fozzie is, quote unquote, they do a really good job of like panning the stories out to different people, and they really have like solid segments where different people can shine and different characters can shine, while using Fozzie and his relationship with his mother as like the kind of bow that ties it all together, which I thought was a really nice touch, and it's something you don't really look for as a kid, but now as an adult, it's really good storytelling.
Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful discussion. I'm glad you got to revisit it.
Thank
Kris
you.
Kris Ingersoll, what's your history, if any, with this special?
I'm in a very similar bucket. This was a real nostalgia ride, like core memories unlocked. I think what was so strange for me was in the end, when everybody's piled in the living room, the storm has set in, like nobody's going anywhere. I have like weird memories of being in that room. Is that a weird, it was just almost like a fever dream, like one of those things that maybe I saw as a kid and then later dreamt about, and I couldn't remember what was the dream and what was the thing that I saw. It's like that kind of childhood memory for me. So it was wonderful to revisit this and have those things unlocked. From the moment that car, that old-timey looking truck was trundling down the snowy road and they're singing their carol, I was like, oh my God, like the tingles set in. So we haven't watched it as a family yet. Kennedy's never seen this. We're a Muppet Christmas Carol household. Also have seen it 3 times already this year, Amanda. And so I'm so stoked to share this with Kennedy now, to pop this on this weekend on Daddy-Daughter Day and let it wash over her, because it's going to become a staple. I definitely have watched this. I mean, I was -1 when it first broadcast. Forgive me, everybody. But so it was a VHS for us in the mid-90s, and I don't think I've seen it since like probably early adolescence, because despite having some core memories unlocked, one thing that was a new revelation to me was the presence of Doc from Fraggle Rock, which admittedly no Fraggle credentials here, not a Muppet world that I'm super familiar with. For me, that's Doc from Boondock Saints. That is the Tourette's having bartender in Boondock Saints. And like seeing him there and not being able to place him at first and then placing him blew my mind. He's like wearing the same clothes as the bartender.
He looks exactly the same age too. He's been 65 for 40 years.
He was probably born 65.
His hair was flopping around the same way in frustration. Like it floored that I didn't make that connection previously in life. And it's now like one of my new favorite things.
I want to thank all of you. And listen, I come from a similar place as all of you, in that I'm coming, I was 3 years old when this first aired. So really I was watching it in the 90s, although we had like the at-home homemade VHS. My mom was an early adopter of recording things off the television that way. But this was like the special for me and my sisters and my family. I think you could throw it on. It was zippy. It had so many fun jokes. You had, I think the one that maybe endeared me to this the most was just the audacity of a turkey trying to get the Swedish chef to cook Big Bird. You're never worried Big Bird will be slaughtered. You know that he's going to charm the chef's hat off of that guy and save himself. But it kind of showed me where the Muppets could go, and to be able to bridge that gap between the trust I had for those Sesame Street characters to see them hang with the zanier, slightly less reverent Muppets, I think made this really special for me. I love a crossover. It's a big part of my identity. But yeah, my Muppet farmhouse doors are open to all. So we are a Muppet Christmas Carol and a Muppet Family Christmas household. And I hope we have many more years of Media Lit, Kris. So, we've got Emmett Otter, we've got John Denver and the Muppets. The list goes on. So, we've got so much more ground we could continue to cover if we want to make this a Muppety tradition moving forward. Well, I just shouted out, I think my most endearing and favorite moment, it is this whole plot line of the streetwise turkey who pops into the room, hits on Camilla.
I was like, oh my God, they're actually saying these things and getting away with it?
Oh yeah. Right under Gonzo's nose of all things. And then attempts to just scam his way out of getting cooked, which ultimately does succeed. Meat is not on the menu ultimately. And he has himself a great time. I love that turkey, love that plot line, love that the Muppets will go there, even when the Sesame Street gang is present. It's really incredible stuff. Let's see, AJ,
Yeah.
you just rewatched this. What is like your favorite moment or takeaway? It could be something silly, it could be
Sure.
something heartwarming, whatever you want to go with.
I got 2 moments. Both are like they're small, but they're impactful. The first one is when Ralph the dog comes inside and he sits down at the piano and he says a line that I love pianos that are out of tune.
Mm-hmm.
And it's such like a strong line because like it's this whole idea of everyone's there for Christmas, and an out of tune piano is a million times better than no piano. And it's just like this conduit for them to get together and sing Christmas carols. Like, I just think that's such a wholesome moment that, you don't realize until you're older. And the second one, I'm a huge fan of sight gags. When I forget the newscaster's name, but he's like, barometers are falling sharply, and there's a whole bunch of barometers that falls on it, and then he falls over. Like, it's cute stuff like that just, it's fun.
Yeah, barometers falling sharply, number 7 on the pop break, top 10 moments in Muppet Family Christmas. So, unimpeachable pick. That moment with Rolf is so touching, it brings a snowman to life to sing Sleigh Ride. So, great stuff. Amanda Rivas, what is your favorite takeaway moment from this film?
So I also have 2. Mine is going to piggyback a little bit off yours, Randy, with the turkey. I cracked up at just the Swedish chef, like just giving Big Bird the eye. Like he's just sizing him up and he's holding this pan. And I'm like, you cannot fit this bird in this pan. But he's just sizing him. Big Bird's just getting him and helping him out and was like, you need to. And Big Bird is just, he was one of my favorite Sesame Street characters. I adored Big Bird. And so just seeing him just be his wonderful, sweet self, like helping out and kind of without really knowing that he was being sized up was great. Because the Swedish chef's like, ooh, just watching them, the dynamic. Give me a show with these two. I will watch it all day, any day. And then I really liked Doc's transformation. It was very much I don't really like all these people. I want quiet. I wanted peace. But just the fact that he was willing to go out and risk himself to go out in the blizzard and look for Miss Piggy, I loved that. I loved that because I was like, I need, and my core memories of the Fraggles are not super heavy because I did watch some, but I wasn't always like, it's just not as much of a core memory as Sesame Street and the Muppets. But I feel like Doc was, I remember him coming across as a little grumpy sometimes, but still with like a good heart, that he sat with all the Fraggles and like would talk with them and help them think through things from what I remember. And so seeing Doc bring some of that energy and go out again in this crazy blizzard and to go get Miss Piggy for somebody he didn't really know was really sweet and heartwarming.
Beautiful pick. Kris Ingersoll, what's it going to be for you?
Yeah, you guys really nailed it because those were my top picks, right? Like I was excited to zero in on specifically the way in which like Big Bird's goodness just overwhelmed Swedish Chef. He can't kill this bird after just a few minutes in the kitchen with him. So I was going to go there. I certainly was going to celebrate Doc's transformation. I loved clocking that over the course of the episode. So instead, I think I really love when the Sesame Street characters arrive. For me, that's where my heart is most like securely living at this point in my life. Like I shared so much Sesame Street with Kennedy in her early years. Like that was so special for her that it has like superseded any of my own connections to any of these characters that pre-exist. So seeing them arrive and seeing them welcomed with open arms, just like everybody else has been over the course of this special. Somebody called Mrs. Fozzie's mom like the low-key hero of the special. She doesn't even bat an eye. She's canceling that flight. And she's like telling Doc basically, suck it up. Like I was going to go. I'm also not thrilled, but you know what? It's Christmas and we're all going to make the most of this. And it's like that negativity doesn't last. It's not something that gets called back to over the course of the episode, like where they're repeatedly turning to their chagrin. It's Christmas. And when you can make space for everybody, that's the most beautiful thing that we can do. And so with the Sesame Street characters being the icing on the cake, it was just a chef's kiss. Special shout out, a small moment. I love that we got the Muppet Babies featured
Yes.
early by way of home video. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful stuff. Now, I promised everyone I would do my best to keep this tight tonight, so I want to get us onto the draft as quickly as possible. If you were a podling who tuned in and you were thinking, hey, I tuned in to live in Muppet Family Christmas, what is this draft interruption? I just want to take this moment to encourage our guests to please smuggle in as many references to Muppet Family Christmas as you possibly can as we are drafting characters tonight. Our pool of Muppets that we'll be drafting is not limited only to Muppets that appeared in this special, but I am positive many of them will make our lists before all is said and done. So I'm excited to dive deeper down that rabbit hole. Now, to set the stage, AJ kind of spoke to this a little bit earlier. We get so many specials and some stand out more than others. There's actually a really big Sesame Street Christmas special that's big with my two boys right now.
Which one?
YouTube legend Mark Rober just released a Christmas special with the Sesame Street gang where they go to Crunch Labs. So that's just hitting my boys on all cylinders, doing some brainstorming and engineering with Mark Rober. It's a good time. And then have you guys heard what's cooking for 2026 in the 50th anniversary?
Tell me. Talk to me, Goose.
Oh, tell us.
Yeah, they Seth Rogen is developing a 50th anniversary special, like old school Muppet Show, variety show style special. And rumors are they are hoping to function as they're hoping this will function as a backdoor pilot to a possible revival of a more classic Muppet Show. So we can't get too far ahead of ourselves, but yeah, they pegged Sabrina Carpenter to be the guest for the special. So I don't think we have a date yet, but I am hopeful and excited. So on that note, we tonight are going to draft our own Muppets to build our own holiday special. We are going to have 10 draft categories in all. We are each going to draft 7 Muppets and then 3 human beings. These are going to be celebrities, musicians, athletes. I don't know. We're going to find out. They could be appearing as themselves. They could be stepping in to perform a role within the special. That is going to be up to the drafter to determine as we go. On MediaLit, we often do a formal draft and pitch. That's not the vibe we're going for tonight, though. Certainly along the way, I would love to hear everyone frame their picks around, some of the synergies that might pop up between your characters. And we're just going to kind of let these things come together before us, as these Christmas specials often do. They are often trying to solve problems live in the moment and get from start to finish, and that's what we're going to do. So what are these pieces we're about to draft? Number 1, a beleaguered host trying to keep it all together. Number 2, we need a quote-unquote Scrooge character. Someone's got to challenge that Christmas spirit and cheer, at least for a little while. We need a character to represent the spirit of giving, the spirit of tradition as well. We need an agent of chaos. We need an unlikely hero. We need some straight-up comic relief. Of course, we need a musical act, if not more than one. Perhaps somebody will smuggle more than one musician in. Who's to say? We'll have a surprise cameo and a wild card. Now, this wild card character does not necessarily have to be a wild card in nature. This is a wild card for you, the ace up your sleeve, to try to pull your special together. I think the last rule that will matter to our listeners is that we have predetermined that individual picks can potentially be used on pairs or groups of characters if we consider them inseparable. So we have a pre-approved list. I won't make you sit through that list right now. I imagine some of those names will come up and some of them will not. And if we think anyone's pushing it, we will challenge them and force them to go the more humble pick. If you follow us on YouTube, you might have seen our YouTube short where I announced the draft order for tonight already. So drafting first is going to be AJ Rebecchi, followed by Amanda Rivas, Kris Ingersoll, and then myself in the 4th place spot. But it's a snake draft, so I'll be drafting on the turn. Kris, I'm going to hand things over to you as our master of ceremonies, who keeps the clock moving and keeps me honest. As we know, I struggle the most with the clock.
Yeah, we are ready to begin. Thank you, Randy. As Randy mentioned, I will be manning the clock. Every pick will be made within 1 minute. You can spend that minute telling us all about why you love this character. You can spend that minute telling us why you think that you're going to have the best draft board of the night, or you can simply make your pick. The time is yours. Use it how you will. Kicking it right off with AJ, who walked into our house with the first pick in his first ever Media Lit draft.
Mm-hmm.
A lot
AJ,
of pressure.
1 minute on the clock, sir.
So, my host for this holiday special will be Elmo. And now the setup that I had thought was Elmo and the gang at Sesame Street have got an invitation from Kermit and the folks over in Hollywood to be a part of a special Christmas celebration with the rest of the Muppets out in Hollywood. And Elmo needs to get all of the Sesame Street folks on a plane and get to Hollywood before Christmas.
We will see how many of those folks he actually gets to join him based on how the draft goes tonight. But, sir, for now, you've secured Elmo a very strong first pick, and honestly, something that hurts my board a little bit.
Sorry. Yeah, the wildest thing about Muppet Family Christmas is that Elmo was not the Elmo that we know yet. He appears in the background in a couple of shots. But now Elmo is where it's at. You can really bank on that character.
Amanda Rivas with the second pick of the night. You have 1 minute on the clock.
So my pick, I'm actually going to go to the unlikely hero category, because kind of what I was envisioning for my Christmas special is that, I want my character to, my hero, is someone that, kind of is shy, quiet, introverted, kind of a big nerd. And it's, looking for acceptance, looking for to have just great people to spend Christmas with, right? That, you have a community. It's about celebrating the things that you love, and bringing your gentle spirit in a great group and just positive energy all the way around. So my unlikely hero is going to be the cutest bunny in the land. And I need me some Benjamin Bunny. I had to have my Benjamin Bunny. So my whole thing is based on Benjamin Bunny. So that's my pick.
Is this Bean Bunny, the Bean Bunny, shivering out in the
Bean Bunny.
cold?
Yes, I said.
My
my Bean Bunny. I'm calling him Benjamin here because I have a whole thing. I have a whole little vision of. I have a whole musical dance, whole thing, all of it going in my head right now.
Can't wait.
I'm so here for it. Yeah, Bean is a perfect
Bean
first
Bunny.
pick.
Yeah, great. It's a great pick.
Great pick of, iconic Muppet Christmas Carol, right?
Amen.
Okay.
I got to move some stuff around.
I know. My turn now with my first pick, third pick of the draft. I've got 1 minute on the clock. Geez Louise, I think I need to take my Scrooge because I'm swinging for something here. I'm going a little unconventional. My Scrooge is going to be 2 characters, and it's going to be the conflict in the relationship that serves to the Scrooginess of the season. You see a typically aloof, optimistic, some may say naive, but I would say purposefully content character is going to find themselves slightly discontent this season.
Oh, no.
As the holiday gathering gets more hijacked than even they were prepared for. You see, they had something special planned for them and their best friend. My Scrooge will be Bert and Ernie.
Ooh.
Wow,
And
I love
Ernie's
this.
having a little bit of a tough holiday season, believe it or not. And Bert's going to have to find a way to be the one who brings Ernie back around.
I love that. Bert's usually just trying to get by. So for him to have to step it up for Ernie is a beautiful thing. All right. Well, you all kind of started with a vision in mind. I have a few possible paths for mine, but my strategy is I wanted to see how many favorites I could get for the first round or two and then start committing to some of the bigger stories. I never in a million years thought that I could grab this duo with the 4th pick. But like, there's just incredible value on the board. And since we did pre-approve this with my first pick, I'm gonna go with the unbreakable partnership of Gonzo and Rizzo.
Yeah.
With my number 1 overall pick.
In what category, Randy?
That's a fantastic question.
Mm-hmm.
So to use the rest of my minute. Well, obviously they're capable of doing so much more. I'm just going to go ahead and throw them in the comic relief section.
Okay.
I know that they can do that. It doesn't mean they're not allowed to make other impacts on the story. We're going to throw Gonzo and Rizzo right there.
Well done.
And now I've got to get the Sesame Street gang in here since I am picking on the turn. I'm being really efficient here. I've got a list of my favorites. Gonzo and Rizzo are right at the top. I've got a second character in mind who's probably not still going to be here when I get back. Oh, man. You know what? I do have a few personal favorites, but I'm going to risk hoping that some of them are still here when I get back. And I am just going to go take the big guy. I'm going to take Kermit himself while I can, because why wouldn't I? And the question is, which category? And I suppose I'm gonna throw Kermit in the spirit of tradition. You'd think he would be the beleaguered host, but I want to separate this particular special a little bit from the regular Muppet format. Kermit will still have a huge role to play, but we're going to throw him into the spirit of tradition.
Love that for you. You know,
Yeah.
I had Kermit listed. He was actually my first pick for Scrooge. But
Mm.
when he came my pick, I changed my mind. I went for Bert and Ernie instead. But I was thinking the same. Let's subvert some of the expectations of a Christmas special and put Kermit in the Scrooge spot.
Yeah, Kermit goes dark, but he can also rock his little flannel vests and lead a Christmas carol sing.
Kris,
so
I had the same. That was my B plan, was to put Kermit as Scrooge.
Great minds, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's Randy's now, and it'll be back to me with another minute on the clock and where to go from here. Boy, you guys have made me nervous. I felt more secure walking into this, but the early conversation, your tastes are more varied than I expected them to be. I'm going to secure my agent of chaos here.
Nice.
This one's important to me. I want Grover as an agent of chaos.
That's literally the pick I almost made just now, Kris.
Good pick.
In that category, no less.
Nobody does self-delusion and chaos better than Grover, so I'm happy to have him.
Beautiful.
Good pick.
Great pick.
All right. Amanda Rivas, back to you now.
Well, my choices for beleaguered host went quickly. Rizzo was actually going to be my first pick in the category. So great pick, Randy. Thank you. I'm adapting a little bit. Because I want to go with that category because my second choice is still on the board and I want to get him as quickly as possible because I adore Big Bird and Big Bird is my beleaguered host.
Aww.
Would work out really well with his gentleness as well. I think he's got a good way to manage some of the chaos that will come with a couple of my picks. So, and I think, Big Bird and Bean Bunny will have a great connection. I'm going for all the emotions here.
So wholesome, Amanda.
Yeah. Right. Well, and I think just, to me, everybody has, at least on my board, has something unique about them that people sometimes give a hard time for. And it's, well, if you see people that are like you that have kind of similar interests, like that are big nerds, right?
Yeah.
Like you can have a great Christmas and just celebrate and vibe with everybody in the room and just, and kind of what I'm hoping for is that the tale that I'm telling will appeal to especially like our teenagers nowadays and our young ones that, a lot of the interaction they have is on the phone and like they don't have a lot of people interaction. So to have a great safe space is where I'm going with it. Big Bird is the king of safe spaces.
Yeah.
Beautiful pick.
No Muppet loves others more purely than Big Bird.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Elmo's a great guy, but he's often pretty wrapped up in Elmo stuff. And Big Bird would never treat Rocco that way.
Listen, Rocco's just a rock. Don't get me started. AJ, it's your pick. 1 minute on the clock. It's us. We're not doing this.
All right. I'm gonna go. I'm a big Sesame Street guy. I'm gonna go another Sesame Street alum.
Nice.
With a classic heel turn and have Oscar the Grouch be our unlikely hero.
AJ, he's number one in my unlikely hero category. Number one.
Yep.
Number one.
Turn this thing upside down and see that this trash-loving maniac truly has a heart of gold.
AJ, I love this pick. My only follow-up question is, are you bringing his buddy Slimy with him?
Oh, if we get the budget, I think we have to, right?
They're an acceptable pair.
Like, I wish I had them, but I just kind of want to see those two together. I had a whole B plot involving Oscar and Slimy, so can't wait to hear what you do with them.
Okay. Agent of Chaos. I'm going Beaker and Bunsen.
Yeah.
Nice pick. Great pick. I actually had them as my comic relief. Great pick.
Amanda, I was going back and forth to see where they go, but I think Beaker and Bunsen being our Agent of Chaos is going to fit really well when our whole story comes together, and I can pitch you guys on the plot at the end of this when it all comes together.
Love this for you, man. Absolutely great picks.
Thank you.
I can't believe we've been so aligned on this.
Yeah.
Great pick.
Thank
all right,
you.
Amanda, break my heart. 1 minute on the clock.
Well, now I'm a little worried about my Agent of Chaos, and I want to make sure he's still on the board because no matter what, he is the MVP of my team. Because if there's anybody who can bring the chaos, bring me my favorite little prawn. That little Pepe with this little chain. I can't even imagine the Christmas outfits he's going to have.
Oh, man.
Talk about one of the most unique characters, the most unique Muppets out there, who's not afraid to be himself and be absolutely amazing doing it and causing all sorts of chaos. Charismatic chaos is what I'm here for.
Yeah, he steals the show in Muppet Haunted Mansion.
I was going to say in Haunted Mansion, he is amazing.
Yeah, well, I loved him in the Muppets, the reality TV show special they had for a bit. He was hilarious. Oh, yeah. And do I still send memes to everybody with him with the whole those those what memes I'm talking about. Yeah, he is my meme life right there. So give me my favorite little prawn Pepe.
King Prawn. All right, back to me with 1 minute on the clock. I think the Sesame Street favorites are going so fast. I need to secure my spirit of giving. Nobody shares a Cookie Monster. Will he ever withhold a cookie from somebody else? No. Cookie Monster will always share his cookies, the things dearest to his heart. If he has one cookie left, he will give you half. And there's video evidence. So Cookie Monster is my spirit of giving. I like that because you wouldn't expect it, because he is such a glutton, because he does seem like somebody who can't even control his own urges, let alone help you meet yours. But we're going Cookie Monster here.
Love it.
It's a wonderful pick. Although I've got to say, I'm not sure if I've ever seen him share a cookie, but maybe he can learn.
I'll direct you to Once Upon a Sesame Street Christmas.
Okay. I was just so focused on Muppet Family Christmas when he devours the entire plate of cookies, much to the delight of Animal. But yes, no. Perfect stuff. All right. Well, I was thinking I might get away with Cookie Monster. I'm regretting the fact that I didn't go for Grover last time. I was going to do a Sesame Street. I backed off, and now some of those best options are off the board. But it's okay because There's still a lot of value. I feel a little bit guilty sticking with just classic Muppets here, but I'm looking at that pre-approved list of groups. I got to take the Electric Mayhem for my musical act.
Yeah, you do.
I
Well
mean,
played.
we know they can do Jingle Bell Rock, but they could do just about anything. And hey, if I want to get any real life performers in there, I've got other categories that I might be able to fit them into. So let's go Electric Mayhem.
Beautiful.
Did I leave any time on the clock? Because I have no idea where I'm going with my next pick.
You know what? Technically, I'm not sure that the time carries over. It's not your Verizon wireless plan, but
Okay,
I think
fair.
you finish with 30 extra seconds. You can use
Fair and
Ooh.
reasonable. Let's hope I don't need to. Oh my. I've got to start picking a direction for my overall special as well. I'm kind of banking on a few real person picks to hopefully make this whole concept work. My goodness, we're really blowing through my favorites. All right. I continue to, I missed out on all my favorites of Sesame Street. I do still have some Sesame Street people on the list. Oh man. All right, I'm gonna go Agent of Chaos. I'm gonna go Statler and Waldorf.
Lovely.
Good pick.
I can't think of anyone who makes things more chaotic or more painful for poor Fozzie Bear, but there you have it.
Beautiful.
By the way, one of the best twists of Muppet Family Christmas is learning that Statler and Waldorf are like best buds with
With the
Fozzie's
mom?
mom.
Yes.
The shock and pain on his face when he makes that
betrayal.
realization is just incredible stuff.
He just puts his hands in his face out of like pure like agony and disgust and like questions everything. Oh, it's amazing.
I just had a very dark reference to make that I'm not going to share out loud. I'll email you later, AJ.
Oh, wow.
Oh, all right, okay.
Okay. Statler and Waldorf, great pick. Randy, you're rounding out a pretty good board there, bud.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
And to give you credit, you had 8 seconds left on the clock without the additional 30. You're really crushing it tonight.
I didn't even start my New Year's resolution yet.
1 minute on the clock. For me, I know exactly where I'm going. I need my spirit of tradition.
Sure.
I'm securing another Sesame Street favorite. Give me Mr. Snuffleupagus.
Oh, Snuffy.
Snuffy. Oh, he was going to be my spirit of giving. Great pick. Great pick. He's my second favorite Sesame Street character.
He's just so one of those big, beautiful eyes. He's so gentle and gigantic.
And his voice. He has like such a distinct voice.
Do you know what else is... go ahead, Kris. I'm sorry.
If the spirit of tradition is going to have to come alongside of our characters and impart some wisdom, some gentle wisdom, some wisdom that feels ancient, I think it's Snuffleupagus.
Yeah. I think that's perfect, especially since Snuffy began as an imaginary friend for Big Bird. Not everyone knew he was there. So he's got those spirit chops in his past. I love that.
All-time clip when they all finally see Snuffleupagus. All right, Amanda, back to you. 1 minute on the clock.
Man. Well, I'm going to go with my comic relief at this point because I'm a little worried he's going to go off the board. And I got to go with my favorite chef. Give me that Swedish chef.
Nice.
Because he's hilarious no matter what he does. And he's amazing. He's amazing. Exactly. He has his own vibe. And that's what I love. He's like, I'm doing my thing. Will I try to fit Big Bird in this pan? Yes, I will. Even though it's absurd.
Yeah.
But you do you, Swedish chef. You do you. And I need that vibe on my musical.
Yeah.
Flying vegetables everywhere.
Exactly.
If it's okay with you guys, I feel like we should grant Amanda like the whole suite of like singing vegetables to go with the Swedish chef.
They're part of the ensemble. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Chef
They're yours.
Accompaniment.
I called them just the veggies on the sheets.
The mirepoix.
Yes.
Yes.
And with that elevation of media lit culture, AJ Rebecchi, we're back to you.
All right, I got to take a few. I got to take one before he goes off the board because I know it's going to happen. The spirit of tradition, because we just saw it happen in a Muppet Family Christmas. I'm going to take Fozzie Bear as my spirit of tradition.
Beautiful.
Good pick.
I feel like it has to be him. It just has to be him. And now I'm gonna make a callback to a Muppet Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
And for my spirit of giving, I'm gonna take Robin, Kermit's nephew, to be the spirit of giving. When he is Tiny Tim and realizes that Christmas isn't about their wants and needs, but to make sure that everyone spreads joy and happiness. I just feel like that is the quintessential kind of wrapper of what the spirit of giving is. So I'm going to take Fozzie Bear for the spirit of tradition and Robin for the spirit of giving.
Two great picks. I think, honestly, both of them are paying homage to that Muppet Christmas Carol, because Fozzie, in the spirit of tradition role, harkens back to his role as Fozziewig, right? The archetype from the past that can show Scrooge what he might be, a successful businessman with a generous heart. Beautiful pick.
Thank you. Thank you. I yield my time.
Amanda Rivas, 1 minute to you.
Well, I'm going to have to go with my spirit of giving. This is another Sesame Street character that I love and adore. And I think he is very giving, not only with what he has around him, but with the gift of, counting a little bit.
Yeah.
The gift of numbers. So I got to go with my Count Von Count for my spirit of giving.
That's one great pick.
Two sad frogs. He counts the snowflakes at one point.
Yeah,
yes,
he's amazing. No, this is absolutely perfect. He had to be represented tonight. I'm glad you were able to get him on the board.
Thank you.
Good pick.
1 minute to me. This is going just how I hoped it would at this point, I think. I lost like one number one pick in a category, but I think I'm going to get my number two here, and unlikely hero. For those of you familiar with Sesame Street, you must be familiar with the grumpy little blue man named Mr.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Especially where I have Grover in my Agent of Chaos role.
Yeah.
I had to try and get Mr. Johnson. So
yeah,
I think this worked out for the best.
Grover the Waiter is some of the best comedy ever produced in any medium. So flawless pick.
Thank you very much. If you've not seen Grover's Safari with Mr. Johnson,
hilarious.
Unbelievable stuff. So yeah.
What do you take him as? Your unlikely hero?
Unlikely hero. I was thinking the same way of Oscar. He's a grumpy guy, not the guy you think who's going to come around and step up when somebody needs to. So I'm hoping that we can do something special for Mr. Johnson this year.
Wow.
All right. I yield my time. 26 seconds left on the clock. I'm going to hand it over to Randy for his next pick.
All right. Well, I've got four biggies here on the table. I've got Gonzo and Rizzo. I've got Electric Mayhem, Statler and Waldorf, Kermit. I feel like the biggest names are off the table at this point. There's still tons of great value, tons of incredible characters, tons of folks I'm excited to pick. I'm really feeling guilty that I missed out on so many of my Sesame Street faves. I feel like it's a big flaw with my draft board right now. And there are some other more recent characters that I don't feel quite as much, but I'm gonna listen to my heart. I'm gonna look to my own personal nostalgia from the past. I'm gonna look to the spirit of giving, and I'm gonna go with another like really great, just all-timer sort of innocent character, and I'm gonna go with none other than Prairie Dawn.
Beautiful.
So pop in is my spirit of giving. I've got a lot of zaniness in my cast, and we need someone to temper that. someone who could potentially both teach and learn a lesson, and keep things simple. Love Prairie Dawn. Always a great character to deploy in any situation.
Absolutely. And she saved you there. You got that pick in just in time. Ready for your next pick on the turn.
All right. Oh, boy. All right, I've got a surprise cameo, a wild card.
Ooh.
Oh, no. What did I say she was? My Spirit of Giving.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Can't even fill this in properly. All right.
Your open slots are host, Scrooge, cameo, and wild card.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Unlikely Hero, is that still on the...
Unlikely Hero is still on the board for me.
And Unlikely Hero, yep.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just looking through my list of faves. I'm really feeling guilty that I don't really have any more Sesame Streets near the top of my list of faves. But it just feels so wrong to not have another one.
8 seconds.
Okay.
Oh my God.
The Unlikely Hero is going to be, we'll just, my God, I guess I've got to say Miss Piggy.
Yes, come on.
There we go.
Yes. You said all
Great
the big names
pick.
are off the board. And I said, somebody's going to come in the room and hi-ya you for saying that.
No. It's the big Sesame Street names.
Gotcha.
My big misstep is I should have taken Grover. I should have known he wasn't going to be there for me. I'd feel perfect about my draft board, but we're rallying.
She's a great Unlikely Hero.
And now I've got a little time to let this simmer. And I might still have a few aces up my sleeve here, so let's see.
Very, very good. Well, I think I need to go. I've got a minute on the clock. I need to go to my comedy relief. And I think I'm going to go away from my number one, what I had slotted as number one. I'm going to go with my number two, actually.
Ooh.
This is going to be like kind of pure cameo, popping in and popping out. Maybe going to lighten the mood when things get a little heavy. Someone's going to say something unnecessary in a given moment. Give me Guy Smiley, the greatest game show host in the world.
Nice.
Well played.
Yeah. There was a 50th anniversary special for Sesame Street when they did their 50th season. Joseph Gordon-Levitt hosted it, and he was just like running around being charmed by his childhood, confronting him left and right. And Guy Smiley was like a big like pop in that special that really impacted me when I first watched it. So that's looming large in my mind. Amanda, back to you for your next pick. You've got 1 minute on the clock.
Well, I'm going to get my Scrooge off the table, and I'm going with a character that normally doesn't play Scrooge, but I think in the context of where I'm looking at going with this story that's still developing in my mind, I'm going to go with Scooter. I feel like angsty teenager, like we're so used to like seeing him being a very nerdy, very sweet kid, and I'm like, I want to see like angsty, maybe like a lock of hair over the eye. Very emo kid.
Yeah,
I'm wanting that.
Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man?
Yeah. Doing the little dance too. Yeah.
And is twin sister Skeeter also going to feature? Or are you taking them as just Scooter here?
If I'm allowed to have Skeeter, I'll take her. Give me two angsties.
Yeah.
They both will work. They both will work.
Pick.
Okay. I wasn't prepared for that. Surprised to see him go off the board. I loved seeing him featured in the family Christmas special. Great pick. Yeah, I love him as Scrooge.
Yeah.
All right, AJ, 1 minute on the clock.
We're getting down to crunch time here, folks.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, I gotta go comic relief. I feel like if this is written well and played well with sight gags, I think the Yip Yip Martians would be really good comic relief.
Yep.
Yip.
when you factor in like who the Scrooge is, maybe the musical guest, and like maybe getting them popping up in weird circumstances, I feel like the Yip Yip Martians would be pretty hilarious to be a part of.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'm going my Scrooge.
Nice.
The crux of this entire Christmas special. He is a human. He is a weird human.
Yeah.
Oh. He is from the land of ice and snow of Detroit, Michigan.
Oh.
He is a rocker. He does not own a cell phone. My Scrooge, who is paler than the white winter snow, is Mr. Jack White.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Muppet guy.
Okay.
Oh my God. He's going to love this.
My whole setup is when Elmo needs to get to Los Angeles, there's a big snowstorm and they get grounded in Detroit, where Scrooge is being played by a just mean old Christmas hating Jack White.
Oh, amazing.
Beautiful stuff.
Thank
Fantastic.
you.
And is he playing Jack White, or is he a character portrayed by Jack White?
Like he's Jack White with like an undercurrent of like what's the dude, like the cold miser kind of, almost like.
Ooh, with cold miser energy, yes.
Like he's just hell-bent on just a miserable cold existence. He doesn't care if flights are grounded, people don't care if they're going home to see their family and friends. He just wants to be like this recluse shut-in and let it snow.
Also, give me the Jack White cover
Thank
of
you.
Mr. Heat Miser. Come on.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Randy, we had the same thought. I was like, are we getting a cover?
Yeah.
I think we can do a lot of good work with Jack White being the Scrooge. And
Well played.
Having him
Well
do a
done.
little musical numbers as well.
So many good hats.
All the hats.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Great pick. Amanda, back to you with 1 minute on the clock.
Well, I know I still have quite a few spots open, but I'm not too worried about filling those because, again, with my strategy, I think with my couple of my humans, people are not going to really put those on the board. Maybe Kris, I don't know. But my musical act, though, this one is super important. And I got to go with the hottest band that is out there right now. I got to get a little K-pop in my life, and I'm going to get me some Huntrix.
Hell yes.
Wow.
And I can do live action. I know they're out there singing as well.
Yeah.
So if that
Absolutely.
works, that is fine. That might be my loophole. They're out there right now singing.
No, they're taking the world by storm, man. They're cool. That's a perfect pick. I love this.
Absolutely phenomenal pick.
Except
very
I
good.
put it in AJ's column. All right, let's fix it.
AJ almost got Huntrix. Can you imagine that collab with Jack White?
Oh my
That'd
God.
interesting.
That'd be dope.
Yeah. Even just let's get him to produce a vinyl for them.
I'm here for that.
Yeah. Okay. Back to me now. I've got 1 minute on the clock, and I need just one more Muppet character. But I think my wild card is safe. I'm going to turn instead to my beleaguered host. And believe it or not, this is where I'm inserting a human.
Yeah.
In this case, they're quite literally a host. They're hosting this gathering in their home. I recently saw the most charming little Instagram post from one Rachel Brosnahan.
Yeah.
Nice.
She had the opportunity to visit Sesame Street during the media push for Superman. She had the opportunity to meet her childhood hero, Ernie. And the story goes there on Instagram that, like, in character, right, Ernie, the puppet, tells her that he really enjoyed watching her grow up.
Yeah.
And Rachel Brosnahan just dissolves into real life tears in the face of like us. It's a puppet with a person's hands, up it, and a person doing that voice. But it means so much to us in our childhood. Like this grown up human was still so moved by that. So really thrilled to pair Rachel with Ernie again for this special.
Yeah.
Pick.
Yeah. Great pick.
Yeah.
She seemed, when she was a guest on that episode, I felt like she was truly transported back to being a child. Like it felt like she was meant to be there, and it was like a goal in her life to be on Sesame Street. So that's a really good pick.
Oh, thanks, man. Glad you saw that.
Not to mention Midge Maisel is one of the all-time just great performances ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
She's so fun to watch, so talented. I can't wait to watch your special, man.
If I was going to go there, I think I'd need her to be Midge. Like, I would love to see Midge interact with some of these zany characters. That would be great.
Either way, she can just call me. I would love to be your best friend. Call me, Rachel. Call me.
Call me, maybe. Randy, it's back to you, sir. 1 minute.
Right. Well, I know what I'm gonna do, I think. For my wild card. Do I want to risk this? All right. I might regret going in this order. Okay. I'm going to reveal my beleaguered host and my Scrooge sort of as an unofficial duo. So I'm not claiming them as a duo. They're going to be each of my next 2 picks.
Okay.
But listen, this is a special for the modern age. I want to bring these eras of the Muppets together. And for my money, the best attempt to bring the Muppets back to us came in 2011 with the Muppets. This was a project of love spearheaded largely by Jason Segel. And I'm going to invite him in to be my host for this Muppet special. Because he got kicked to the curb a little bit on this Muppet thing after doing a great job. They went in a different direction. But he brought so much love and heart and wonder to that movie. And I love him for doing it. Also, there's a little meta layer here. You know, I love that his buddy Seth Rogen is rebooting the Muppets. So they can play around with that. We've got some room for some infighting, some joking, and, you know, hopefully ultimately a melding of the minds on this project. So that is my beleaguered host. But who to play Scrooge? Who to make sure that Jason Segel remains beleaguered when he's hanging out with all of his beloved Muppets? Well, fortunately, we've had a couple of seasons of an incredible show, and we've learned that one master actor has Jason Segel's number, can do curmudgeonly, and then turn on the charm of the smile when he needs to. I'm going to take Harrison Ford as himself, taking the shtick from Shrinking to the special.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Congratulations,
Really
Randy.
And that will be my Scrooge. Thank you.
It's really very good.
That's great.
The thing, can we go back to the Jason Segel thing? Like, I think true Muppet fans will understand. I think why he got kicked to the curb and it was kind of floppy, but not really, but was like, it had the best parts of Muppets Take Manhattan and the Great Muppet Caper.
Yes.
He brought like the golden age of Muppets into the 21st century. And I don't think people realized how special that was for him to kind of, to your point, bridge those, those gaps in storytelling and what the Muppets could do or wanted to do or used to do. So I think that's a great pick. I think both are fantastic picks. And I think looking at your board, man, like you got it pretty locked down.
I was banking on that combo to make my favorite characters work. So
really well played. I almost said it out loud before you made the pick. Like, oh, you're gonna find a way to work in, and you did. I'm so.
I thought you were going to go a different Jason Segel connection. I thought you were going to go Neil Patrick Harris.
I thought the same thing. I was like,
yeah.
Neil Patrick Harris is going to go off the board.
Great one too. No, I saw it. Yeah.
No, but like honestly, like even in like the behind the scenes footage, like they're doing the shtick like in front of the casting crew, like for fun. So to see them bring that to the special is going to be a blast. It's going to be a blast.
Well, brings it back to me then, and now I need to do the thing that I was going to do, but maybe wasn't going to do just now. My surprise cameo, another human performer here. Rachel's going to need some backup.
Yeah.
And who better to
I know who it's going to be.
I know who it's going to be.
The Superman himself, David Gorin Sweat.
He was on my list as a cameo, but I knew, knowing you, His Batman by the numbers over
Yep.
here too. That DC, wonderful DC brain of yours.
That's right. Now he was not as wonderful with the Sesame Street pals as Rachel was in their time together. But still somebody who is like deeply connected to their own inner child. Like you see that all over any interview with him when he's just being himself. Like there's a big old kid in there who's just like psyched to put on the tights and be Superman. And I think would be psyched to come back and celebrate the holidays with his Sesame Street pals. So yeah, David Cornsweet.
Great pick. Great pick.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of my favorite Star Wars nerds now too. I love that he knows the lore so much. I'm like, we need him in a Star Wars movie. Make it happen. Put him in The Last Starfighter. Put him in something, please.
Yeah, put a helmet on him, make him a stormtrooper.
Yeah, man.
But let the man play.
Oh, that would be.
Yeah,
let him be a Sith.
Yeah, Cornsweet was on my list, and he 100% has to put on the Superman suit at some point.
Oh yeah, but like a bad Christmas gift version of it, not like these suit. All right, Amanda, back to you.
So I'm gonna go with my surprise cameo, and this is gonna be another human. For me, what I love about the Muppets. It's not just the music, but anytime like with the Muppet Christmas Carol, you have dancing.
Yes.
And you gotta have like a musical. And I'm looking at somebody that can choreograph the heck out of something with Huntrix, maybe even putting something together with like My Vegetables. Who knows? But somebody who I think is a low-key MVP and a fantastic choreographer. He sings, and I got to bring a little bit of ballroom because we've talked about it here before.
Right.
So I got to go with my favorite judge/dancer on Dancing with the Stars, and that is one Derek Huff. I love him so much, and he has, I think, just a very kind heart that I think would add really well to the heart on my team. And you know, boys can ballroom dance too. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Which category did you take him in?
Surprise cameo. I want him to choreograph a dance number for me.
Yeah, that's great.
Amanda, you have to already know this, but have you seen him on the Emo's Not Dead channel?
Yeah. That's how Brandon even knew who he was. And I was like, look at Matt, I forget what his real name is.
Matt Cutsall.
Yeah, Cutsall. I was like, look at him go with his contemporary. That was brilliant. And I love that one.
All right, AJ, you're on the clock here. You got back-to-back picks coming down to your final 3 categories. Going to fill out 2 of them here. 1 minute on the clock for the first one.
I got to make a big splash because I'm looking at how these are coming together. Randy's is in a really good spot. Specifically, I need to find a way to tie this all together. For my musical act, I need something that will take the edge off of Jack White's distorted guitar that he made in his basement when he was 12. And I need some band that is versatile. I need it funky. I need it to be able to combat whatever's thrown their way. And I'm going to go with the most wonderful roots band out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So I'm going to have the Roots be my musical act.
Yes. Great
Flawless pick. Flawless.
Yeah.
Now, here's what we need to do. We need to add to the most wonderful Roots band to elevate it. I need a singer who can basically sing any genre, anytime, any place. And I'm going to have my surprise cameo be Kelly Clarkson.
Yes.
Great pick.
She can sing anything. She has many wonderful Christmas albums. I think she would be a phenomenal addition to this cast. And like I said, to be able to balance out Jack White, I think having the Roots and Kelly Clarkson being this kind of musical juxtaposition, I think would work really well.
I would buy that Christmas album. Any album, frankly, with that 3-part collaboration.
I think we should tweet at him.
Yeah,
AJ, I think that this musical moment might be the most special thing about your board. Wow. I'm like a little annoyed that this isn't real.
Yeah.
The Kelly Clarkson Roots collab is wonderful.
I yield my time.
Used almost no time there. What an absolute pro. Knew just what he was going to do. A clear vision. I know you're praising Randy's board, but I think everybody's got a pretty clear vision going.
Oh, yeah.
It's a solid board. Amanda, a chance to keep it going. Back to you now.
Everyone's got Fantastic boards. Oh man, I got to go with my wild card. On this one. This is going to be the wildest wild card, I feel like, given the character portrayal. It's my last human.
Yep.
And I got to go with the internet darling of from the Groundlings. I got to go with Chit.
Yes.
I got to go with Chit.
Dude, I did not have Chit
I
coming on this board.
Wow.
Anyway,
again,
did I anticipate this?
my whole thing is never be ashamed of who you are and never be like, you are a vibe. And a vibe through the holidays. Chit is a whole vibe, just doing his random pull-ups everywhere at the gym.
Dude's so jacked.
Yeah, he really is. We were talking about they were like he's jacked and then attack. Yeah, that whole I do not miss a new Chit episode. But I had to have him here because he's Chit. And who else can add? I mean, I can't even imagine putting him with Pepe. I'm here
Oh
for
my.
it.
Do it,
I want
lady.
wild. Do
Great
it,
pick.
lady.
It's a great pick.
Thank you.
Which category was that?
The wild card.
Nice.
That's the wildest of cards. I
Yes.
in no way
Yeah.
imagined Chit was getting picked tonight.
I'm looking at these specials, and I wish we could have like a little holiday advent calendar and like see each one like week after week.
Yeah. For Chit on the grid alone, I would like a social graphic for this board.
I want
my
Chit in
gosh.
my dance number. Because know he could probably he can dance. He's done TikToks.
I bet you could pop and lock. He looks like
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. Back to me now with 1 minute on the clock. I've got 2 categories left to fill. It's my wild card and my musical act. I'm going to go with my wild card so I can get my very last Muppet character on the board. And I did what I hoped to do with this last pick in securing an all Sesame Street draft. I'm going to take, that was the goal from the beginning. If anybody was noticing, this is pure Sesame Street fun.
Okay.
Chef Gonger is the wild card here. I've got Cookie Monster. I had to have Gonger too. The foodie truck is one of my favorite modern Sesame Street features. That jingle is delightful. I love doing his voice. He's an absolute goofball, and he really loves his pal Cookie Monster, despite being exacerbated by him all the time. He always feeds him a nice little yummy treat in the end. So, Chef Gonger.
Such a great pick. I'm not going to pick them, but shout out to Marie and Ovahita.
Oh, dude, so good. When Obahita was going places and Murray was doing the special, so good.
Just rolling around. Love it. Whew.
All right, Randy, back to you now.
Okay.
1 minute on the clock. Your final 2 picks.
Okay, I've got the vision. So, like, the first one, there are other characters I'd rather pick, but now that I pulled off the Jason Segel, Harrison Ford thing, for my special to make sense, I have to take Walter as my last Muppet. I've got to get the brothers from that 2011 movie back together. I've got to bring these generations together. I'm allowed to kind of show my hand now because I'm about to finish my draft. Like, I want to pick Rolf, but I've grabbed so many classic Muppets. I can't get Jim Henson to do the voice of Rolf. And it makes so much sense for Walter to be here. Now, before I put the nail in the coffin of this draft and just take the highest value pick of the night, which I'm about to do, my only regret, and it's too late now, so I'm not trying to get it now. You don't have to fight me. I should have attempted to let you give me Jason Segel and Amy Adams as a duo. That was a miss. I think I might have gotten away with it before I showed my hand. So sadly, I did not do that. Now, the other obvious pick, you'd think it would be Amy Adams. I love Amy Adams. She's phenomenal in everything. She's phenomenal in the Muppet movie. And I probably would be taking her if it weren't for a glaring issue with my draft board, which is I love the Muppets, but I don't have enough Sesame Street representation. Prairie Dawn is adorable. She brings me back to my childhood, but I'm missing so many of the classics. But I found a high-value hack here that is going to sell my special to every millennial on the planet. So for my surprise cameo, to round this thing out, I will be taking Sonia Manzano, Maria herself, the greatest, most famous OG human companion on Sesame Street. She felt somehow like both an aunt and a mom. She's super freaking cool. The nostalgia is powerful, and she's going to bring me the rest of that Sesame Street vibe that I needed so desperately.
Yeah, she'll be the grown up in the room to help you wrangle all these Muppets and wrangle Jason Segel. Let's be honest. Great pick. Yeah, Maria's awesome. All right, that was your surprise cameo.
Yep, and
Walter's
the wild card.
Very good. Okay. Excellent board, Randy. Good draft.
Thank you.
I've got just my musical act here, and I saved them for last because there was just no way anybody else was going to pick them. I'm turning to, for those of the podlings at home, Randy, I really like sea shanties. This has happened in the last few years of my life. It's a genre of music that just like really stirs the soul for some reason. Like speaks to something deep inside my, I don't know, DNA. So I'm going to go with The Longest Johns here.
Nice.
I'm going to drop a link for
I know that reference.
You do know that reference. They've got a 2022 Christmas special. That's just it's on YouTube. It is the guys from The Longest Johns doing just like super serious, but at the same time, completely goofy stage performance while they sing their Christmas songs. And it's a lovely medley, including things like Scrooge from A Muppet Christmas Carol. And like Fairy Tale of New York and things like that. But if anybody has ever seen that 2022 musical special, you know why this band is the perfect pairing, and they bring that Muppet energy. So give me The Longest Johns.
Beautiful.
Nice.
What a pick.
Yeah.
Who? You can say who. That's okay.
A sea shanty would make like a perfect like classic Muppets variety show bit. So I can fully see this.
Wait until you see this special I'm going to send you. Watch 10 minutes of it and you'll know.
Their merch store is absolutely insane.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, you're quick with a Google.
Listen, when I'm dealing with Bill all the time, I need to be able to do my research on the fly.
I know this about you. All right. Well, thank you all. That's my board. Amanda, back to you with your last pick.
Yeah. Well, I still need a spirit of tradition. And I'm going to go with a character that he is, lovable. He's a little befuddled sometimes. He's kind of a big guy. He's imposing, but, I think just somebody who is very grounded but very tenderhearted as well. And I got to go with Bobo the bear.
Aww.
I love Bobo.
Love that. That's not who I thought you were going to pick with that description, but what a great pick.
Yeah. He's like, again, he's a bear. Everyone's like, bears are big and imposing. And, he's such a sweetheart, but he's also so calming. And I think just very rooted.
Got all that, like the bulldog scruff on his face makes him look like he's always scowling. Yeah, it's a great pick.
Is he gonna be like reprise his security role in this special, or is he gonna be just a character in your world?
Oh, he's security for Huntrix and Chit. Really more for Chit. I really just wanted to pair him with Chit more than anything else.
Yeah. What a wild pairing.
I love it.
I thought you were going Sweetums, but Bobo the Bear is wonderful.
He was on my list too, but I'm like, my heart is always with Bobo a little bit more. Even though I love Sweetums too.
Oh, that face on Bobo is perfect. All right, AJ, the first pick, the last pick. Your wild card, sir. 1 minute.
It wouldn't be a draft with me if there wasn't a question for the group.
Oh, jeez.
I have 3 human beings in my draft. We can only have 3. What if it was a human being who was Muppetized and was actually a puppet version of themselves?
Like Beignet Blanc.
Exactly. It would be, that's a great, yep.
Okay.
But I want to have a full consensus before I make a decision if that is allowed. If it's not, I'm okay with that. But I just wanted to throw it out there.
All in favor, say aye.
Can I make a counter proposal?
Oh.
Propose the counter.
My counter proposal is we're allowed to propose pairs, so why not the real life person as well as their Muppet approximation? as like a duo.
See, I think it would be hilarious if this person was actually just themselves as a Muppet and it played it straight as if like they were talking to him like he was the real person, but he was clearly an actual Muppet version.
My only motivation was to offer you more, so I'm happy with your version as well. I also say yes.
I say, do it, lady.
Okay. So let me walk you through how much time I got left, Kris.
Your time is expired, but
Oh, geez.
that didn't count.
Yeah, but I was yapping in there,
yeah.
so
Okay. No, and this is the last pick. We're good, sir.
I'm torn. I'm torn between. I'm sorry. I'm torn between Uncle Deadly being Jack White's kind of like counter person.
I like it.
Yep.
My screwball idea was having Trent Reznor Muppetiniz to be
Yes.
You're speaking Amanda's love language.
to be Jack
half
White.
my handles.
To be Jack White's person who helps control the weather through music.
Yes. We're new best friends now because I adore Trent Reznor. Adore him. Half my handles on social media are because of
Oh,
Trent.
Really?
Love him. That's so great.
I'll let you throw in a Muppetized Atticus Ross to go with him if you
Oh
want.
my God.
Heck yes.
Okay. It was a crazy idea. But in the spirit of keeping the draft fair, I'm going to go with Uncle Deadly being
Beautiful.
the Scrooge
Beautiful.
partner to Jack White.
I like it. I still like it. You could not have gone wrong in either direction.
I know. I'm just.
Yeah.
Although if somehow somebody has a puppet, like a Muppetized version of Trent Reznor, I will find it and buy it immediately because I adore him. Yeah, I wanted to one of my names that I wanted to give my son was Trent, and that got vetoed big time because I adore Trent Reznor that much.
It was
That
too
is
close
good
to home.
to know.
Yeah.
I remember for a while, I think FAO Schwartz had a Muppet shop online where you could build a custom Muppet for Christmas and you could style them any way you wanted to.
Gonna be looking this up here.
I think they might have discontinued it, but they used to have it.
Oh, that's so cool.
Greatest toy store in the world.
The Whatnot Workshop through FAO Schwartz. Yep.
Beautiful.
Anywho, well, that was the last pick. That was the draft. Ladies and gentlemen, you did it. Thank you, AJ and Amanda, for joining us. We could not have done this without you, and you made it truly special. Your Muppet love is a beauty to behold, and I'm grateful to have had you with us.
Yeah, one of my favorite things about podcasting is I sometimes get these wild visions, and I've somehow stumbled across enough people in my life who are willing to help me realize them. Thank you for being just the best Muppet fans in the world. We got just this like musical masterpiece special from AJ. We've got this chaotic energy special from Amanda that at times leans into the weird, but also has maybe the strongest heart of all of our specials at the exact same time. Kris brought us all Sesame Street, and I'm attempting to do my part to keep that revival going with Jason Segel and the gang. So such a great collection of characters.
Let's go around the horn and review the draft board for the listeners at home. It's been a long night. Make sure everybody knows the majesty that they are to behold. We'll go in the draft order. Just run us through your picks. AJ, you go first, bud.
Okay. So the host of my Christmas special is Elmo, who has to go to take the Sesame Street gang to the West Coast to meet up with the Muppets, but they get stranded in Detroit on their flight where they meet the Scrooge, Jack White, and his wild card, angry partner in crime, Uncle Deadly. Back in LA, both Robin and Fozzie Breyer are the spirit of giving and the spirit of tradition to keep everyone on track. Our agent of chaos trying to use science to be able to break the snowstorm is Bunsen and Beaker. The unlikely hero who ends up saving the day is Oscar the Grouch. Our comic relief are the Yip Yip Martians. We have a fantastic musical act by The Roots featuring Kelly Clarkson and they all make it to Hollywood to spend Christmas as a big Muppet family.
Beautiful. Well
Thank you.
done, sir.
Love that.
Amanda.
Love it.
Thank you.
Yeah, so my beleaguered host is Big Bird, who has seen the Scrooge of my special Scooter in his emo mode, just feeling kind of really down about, well, I don't really have like a whole lot of friends right now. I don't get to connect with people or see people. So, I'm grumpy. I'm over the holidays. I'm over it. There's nobody around. I'm just going to flip my hair dramatically and just walk off. But then Big Bird enlists some friends, that are a little eccentric, to say that, hey, eccentric's not bad. Be you, embrace your vibe, and it makes the holidays even more better. Let's get you back to what makes you, you. And so he enlists, of course, the spirit of giving with the Count. Again, one of our most eccentric Dracula characters out there, right? And brings a little bit of stability with Bobo the Bear, who happens to bring along and accompany his wonderful office companion, his wonderful wild card Chit to the table. Because again, Chit is a whole vibe. And Chit's like, you know what? I got some friends. I'm going to make a phone call and we're going to get a musical act going here. I'm going to call my friends Huntrix in and we're going to all eat ramen and we're all going to dance. And it's going to be great because we're going to be dancing with Derek Huff. We're going to be singing. We're going to be dancing. And you know what? Swedish Chef and the veggies are just going to be here singing, vibing, doing the whole thing. He's banging on all the pots. And to throw a little Pepe the Prawn, King Prawn, who's just showing up like, hey, I heard there's a party here. Hi, embrace it with the open jacket, the chain. Embrace it. Embrace who you are. Embrace the vibe. We're here to celebrate the holidays with you. But the sweet person who brings it all home, who is quiet, loving, gentle, and who gives Scooter that last little gentle nudge back from his emo self is going to be my Bean Bunny.
Yeah.
Because, if you can't celebrate the holidays being who you are with the people you love, what are the holidays for then?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely beautiful.
Great job.
Yep. Great board.
Beautiful.
Okay. For me, as I mentioned, beleaguered host is going to be one Rachel Brosnahan, who just seems to love the Sesame Street characters. And I've gone with an all Sesame Street gang here, who will be gathering with dear Rachel at her home for the holidays. My Scrooge, Bert and Ernie together. It's Ernie this year, bringing the dour energy. Everyone else is going to have to work really hard to turn it around for him. That effort will be led by my spirit of giving, the cookie monster himself. Hum, nom, 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 nom. The spirit of tradition, Snuffy, a.k.a. Mr. Snuffleupagus, the big gentle giant. Keeping it absolutely chaotic, my agent of chaos will be one Grover, and he absolutely gets to torture Mr. Johnson, my unlikely hero, over the course of the special. Mr. Johnson's going to keep it together just long enough to deliver some lovely holiday wisdom at the end of it all to help turn things around for Ernie. This will be buoyed up by a musical act, The Longest Johns. They'll be like on their way to a gig and get stranded on the road and have to pop in. They got a flat tire situation, and our gang's going to be grateful to welcome such jolly fellows from across the pond. Rachel's going to need backup, of course, so her surprise cameo will be the Superman David Corn Sweat. He's just dropping off some cookies he baked. Didn't know she was having friends. He'll stay for a little while. And last but not least, Chef Gonger, the wild card. Just there to use his crazy voice and be Cookie Monster's buddy. Oh my gosh, I forgot my comic relief. Guy Smiley, greatest game show host in the world.
Yes, I love it.
And I'm sure he could do a killer intro right at the top.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He can do anything. He'll intro the hors d'oeuvres.
With a smile, of course. That's right in the name.
All right, Randy, what about you, bud?
Yeah, so over in my special, we've got our host, Jason Segel, with his Muppet brother, Walter, leading this special. The main gag of the special is that Harrison Ford is there, at least at first, basically to bully Jason Segel, to point out all of his flaws, everything he's doing wrong, to check his ego at every turn, to yuck his yum, if you will, as he tries to make this holiday special. And everyone's having a great time with it for a while. Until Harrison maybe takes it a little bit too far. He realizes his joking has really hurt the feelings of young Prairie Dawn hurt her feelings. And one person can stand up to this man, and that is Miss Piggy. But before she's going to soften him up, but before she hi-yas him right out a window, the one and only Sonia Manzano, as her Maria character from Sesame Street, she's going to bring a much softer, healthier balance to this. Along the way, we've got hijinks from Statler and Waldorf, Gonzo and Rizzo, the electric mayhem rocking the house at every turn. And of course, Kermit will assert himself to make sure we don't forget where this Muppet magic originated, even if we're trying to package it for a new generation once again. And there you have it.
Lovely. Beautiful.
Yes.
I would watch any one of these specials, guys. Great celebration of Muppetdom.
Hell of a job.
Thank you, everybody. Yeah, as I said earlier, you all nailed it. You are the best of the Muppet fans. And can't wait to get you on the schedule for, I don't know, Follow That Bird.
Don't grab me with a good time.
I was about to say.
Big Bird Goes to China. You name it, I'm there. We will do it. But listen, before you go, you deserve a lovely gift for all the time you've given us tonight. And I would like to send everyone home, at least hypothetically, with one prop from Muppet Family Christmas, the special that started it all and brought us all together tonight. It's a media lit tradition. And what are the holidays without tradition? So AJ Rebecchi, you are joining us for the very first time. And that means you get the very first shot at your prop that you're going to take home from Muppet Family Christmas.
Well, first of all, thank you. It was amazing to be a guest and to spend holiday time with each and every one of you. So I really appreciate the invite and having me on. I would love to play Ma Bear's or get Ma Bear's out of tune piano that Ralph the dog played. But I'm gonna go as a graphic designer and a brand guy at heart. I would love the title card cell of A Muppet Family Christmas to be my take-home prize.
Man, what a nuanced pick.
Nice.
Beautiful typography, just like nostalgic classic to have that on like a cell that they shot through for the intro title card, I think would be really nice.
Yeah.
Looking at it right now. Great font.
Yeah, I can see that right up on the wall, bringing that
Just
office
like
together.
Classic.
Classy
as well.
Oh, thank
Great
you.
pick.
Thank you.
Yeah. Amanda Rivas, a year ago, you took home a little nook full of Mises with their cheeses. What are you taking home tonight?
I still love my little nook of Mises full of cheeses. This tiny little cheese is the best thing ever. So for me, it was the most heartwarming, I think, prop because it just brought home it gave me my Muppet Baby era, and I need that home video. Give me that home video because it had all the feels. And Baby Muppets, come on over. I will rewatch it over and over again.
Great pick.
Really, really good. Yeah. Great choice. Dang. Like that.
Kris Ingersoll, what are you taking home?
Obviously, I don't know yet, or I wouldn't be so disappointed with Amanda's pick. That was so good. I think part of me just wants the whole turkey, or at least the sunglasses, but I'm not going to do technically a lot of the characters are props, but I'm not going to go there. I want that old-timey truck that all the Muppets piled into to get to the farmhouse. I gotta truck my Muppets around somehow, so give me the truck. Just looks like old-timey farm American Christmas.
Love it.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, I'm really happy to report that my first pick is still on the table. Media Lit listeners know that Kris and I both have hypothetical prop caves. And I think this particular piece is going to go in my traditional display cases, but they're going to have to get a little bit bigger. Now, I was tempted to take Jim Henson's signature suit from that final shot.
Ooh.
At the end of the day, even with the proper tailoring, I don't know if it's going to work that well for my body type. He really pulls it off. There might be a way I could make it perfect. but instead I really just want to get this displayed perfectly, like in a protective shadow box situation, like not unlike what you might see at like a Hard Rock Cafe where they've got like a performance outfit, just kind of presented in the spirit of how it was when he last wore it in that perfectly humble moment. I find that so moving, and to know that was, one of the last times we got to see him before he passed away, makes it all the more moving, even with that. So that would be my dream prop from the film. I thought about the green fuzzy flipper slippers, but
those are great. I mean, AJ had me with the out-of-tune piano. I almost went there.
Yes.
But
yeah, AJ is kind of an expert at this game. I'm loving it.
it's pretty good.
Oh, stop.
Pretty good.
All right.
He just low key sliding in the chair like, hey,
Yeah,
I'm
right.
good. And then just put together this killer draft.
Look at, I might not watch a lot of movies, but I have very particular and specific amount of pop culture, and Muppets being one of them. And also, big draft guy. I love drafts.
Big
So
draft
what
guy.
if you
Amen.
ever want to do a draft, I'll come back on and I will draft whenever, wherever, however. Name the topic.
Expect us to take you up on that, please. Folks, the holidays bring us all together, and I want to linger here forever, but I've got to let our guests go. But before I do, I just want to give them a chance to shout out some of their other projects. AJ Rebecchi, where can folks find you, and what do you want them to look up?
Well, thank you so much. So, as you said at the top of the hour, I am a co-host of the Should I Go See It podcast. You can follow us on Instagram at Should I Go See It. And then you can follow my musings of brand designer and agency owner at aj.rebecchi on Instagram. But for all movies and pop culture stuff, it's me and Bill and Craig over at Should I Go See It.
Great trio.
Great trio. A golden trio, even.
Amanda Rivas, you have a project or two.
Yeah.
Where can we find those things?
Yeah, well, of course, I am the co-host with our wonderful friend, Bill Bodkin, the editor-in-chief of thepopbreak.com. It's our flagship podcast called Socially Distanced, where every week we get together and we podcast on different pop culture topics, movies, TV shows, Star Wars, Marvel, all the things. Of course, Randy, you were one of our guests for our Stranger Things retrospective. So and don't worry, we're going to have you back in the hot seat for these new stretches of Stranger Things. So
Hell yes.
So great coverage there. If you're curious about Stranger Things, go check out Randy's episode. It was great. We had a great discussion. So of course, we just recorded our episode this past week. We talked about kind of a little bit of, we were hoping the Supergirl trailer would drop, but didn't quite do it for us. But we had a good pregame, but we dove into the 10th anniversary of The Force Awakens. So, Kris, we actually had your cohort over from Batman by the Numbers, one Dan Cohen putting his Star Wars hat on. So that was a great time having that discussion, which I hadn't had a chance to talk to Dan about Star Wars. It was great to talk to him about it. So that's one of the projects I work on. Of course, I'm also the co-host of our Anime Pop podcast with my wonderful friend and anime brother, Josh Sarnecki, where we get together monthly and talk about all kinds of what's happening in the anime world, different anime. We're reviewing them. We have anime recommendations. We talk about anime news. And of course, we're getting ready to release our Anime Pop Awards episode for this month. So check us out on that. And you can follow me at Brandalorian, where I do couples cosplay with my short king, one Brandon Weiss. And we kind of have a little bit of a break until next month for when we start all over again with the con season. So if you're interested in cosplay, general nerd adventures, go check us out on Instagram at Brandalorian.
Thank you,
Guys,
Amanda.
for having me.
Kris Ingersoll, we know you're my beloved host here, but what other projects do you have going on in the world?
I'll let you cover the various things we do here at Media Lit. So I'll jump over to our Pop Break world, where I've been gratefully invited into the most recent musical venture from Randy Elaine and Justin Mancini, Podele, a Beck Henson retrospective podcast. They've invited me in to be their third host. It's a monthly drop on the Pop Break podcast feed on the popbreak.com. Look out for Podele. We're just getting started. We're 2 episodes in and having a blast. I'm also the co-host of the Batman by the Numbers podcast, also a part of that Pop Break podcast feed, We're dropping once-a-month episodes going deep on all things Dark Knight. We spent all of 2025 celebrating Batman's best friend, Superman, the man in the blue and red tights, but we're back to Batman in 2026. So tune in for our once-a-month drops on the Dark Knight. Other than that, I am an actor and a voice actor. I'm a father and a husband. You can find me doing those things on Instagram at Kris_Ingersoll, and that's Kris spelled like Kringle.
Perfectly. And I'm your host, Randy Elaine. First and foremost, I want you to follow Media Lit. I want you to subscribe to Media Lit wherever you get your podcasts. I'd love for you to hop on YouTube and subscribe. Just look up media/lit and you'll find us. But even more so than that, perhaps, we want your email so desperately. We'd love to hear from you at media.slash.lit@gmail.com. You can write us about anything you'd love us to cover, but I suspect there might be a Muppet fan or two out there with very strong feelings about which Muppet holiday special we should cover next. So there's a possible prompt for you. But in addition to our regularly scheduled programming, we recently started a whole monthly rewatch podcast with our good pal and pop break star, Tyler McCarthy. He is so smart. He is so fun. He is so funny. In fact, last night we just recorded our episode on the first half of season 2, including Abed's Uncontrollable Christmas, one of the best half hours of Christmas comedy ever put together. So I'm really feeling the spirit right now, thanks to all this podcasting and all these great folks in my life, like the ones we've been celebrating tonight. So thank you for being here with us tonight, and we'll see you next time. Watch out for the icy patch.